In today's video, we're going to go over how to invest your first $1,000 in crypto safely and make profits. Hello and welcome. Subscribe and leave a comment saying I subscribed. I'll personally reply to your comment. So without further ado, let's get into it. Bitcoin was considered nothing more than an interesting phenomenon when it first came out in 2009. Bitcoin has emerged as the standard bearer of the currency. Just over a recent year, between March 15, 2020 and March 13, 2021, the price of one Bitcoin increased 11 times, from $4,975 to over $60,000. Remember 2011? It was worth 30 cents. It's okay if you don't have a fundamental grasp of cryptocurrencies, because I'm going to cover anything you need for your first crypto investment. First, why invest in crypto? Crypto uses peer-to-peer technology to operate with no central authority or banks. Managing transactions and the issuing of coins is carried out collectively by the network. Most cryptos are open source. Their design is public, nobody owns or fully controls a coin, and everyone can take part. Through any of its unique properties, crypto allows exciting uses that could not be covered by any previous payment system. Cryptocurrencies are one of the fastest growing asset classes, and Bitcoin holds around 61% of its market share. The price of Bitcoin is highly volatile. For instance, the cost may swing far up and down from the average price of the currency on an hourly basis. But such volatility in the market serves as an advantage to risk-friendly investors and traders looking to make quick and high returns on their investment. The economy-wide increase in the prices of goods and services over time is called inflation. It diminishes the purchasing power of money. Bitcoin was initially designed as a deflationary asset. Its limited supply and Bitcoin halving act as catalyst against inflation. Earlier, people used to invest in gold as asset to protect themselves against inflation. Over the past couple of years, more people find Bitcoin to be a better alternative asset. Even institutional investors are converting their cash into Bitcoin to protect their finances against inflation. Now let's talk about exchanges. In effect, cryptocurrency exchanges act as an intermediary between a buyer and a seller and make money through commissions and transaction fees. There are a ton of different exchanges that you can use to buy and sell crypto. The ones I recommend are Binance, Coinbase, and Robinhood. Any exchange will require verification before you can start trading. This entails providing a picture of your ID, proof of home address, phone number, etc. If you are new to cryptocurrency, I recommend that you use Coinbase, as it is most straightforward and simple exchange there is. I prefer Binance because it offers many more coins, options of trading, and it's oriented towards more savvy, heavy users. Let's get into the main point of the video. How to create crypto portfolio. There are probably too many altcoins to choose from, but don't worry, I'll give you a general guide I use. First, I start by giving you some context. Here are the top 10 coins based on market capitalization. Bitcoin with 1.06 billion, Ethereum, Binance Coin, Cardano, Polkadot, XRP, Uniswap, Litecoin, Chainlink, and Bitcoin Cash. If you'd like to check this data for yourself, feel free to visit coinmarketcap.com. There are hundreds and hundreds of coins, and it can be very daunting deciding which ones to choose. Bitcoin has been, and in my opinion will always be, the indisputable king. The market cap is way higher than any other coins, and it's also the oldest of any coin. That's why when people think of cryptocurrencies, they automatically think of Bitcoin. And that's where the most people put their money in when they start. If you want to know all the details about a given coin, you'll want to read its white paper. A white paper is a document that explains technical, financial, and commercial information about the project. Most people won't read white papers, which is a serious mistake when investing in a coin, because the document explains in detail what the utility and value of the coin are. You might ask yourself, is this coin bringing any real value? Many projects solve real-world problems. For example, Ethereum took off because it has a lot of real-world use and is more advanced than Bitcoin. Ethereum is an open source platform for decentralized applications. It's a whole network with its browser, coding language, and payment system. It enables users to create decentralized applications on Ethereum's blockchain. Take your time to study each coin that you're interested in to see if it is something you want to invest in. These coins aren't companies with assets, earnings, or revenue that one could analyze, but there are exceptions such as Zcash or XRP. Here's the simple rule of thumb when it comes to investing: don't invest what you can't afford to lose. But on the other hand, don't be so afraid of losing that you miss out an incredible learning opportunity. Let's put all that to the side and discuss what we are here for: profits. In that regard, crypto is a game of speculation and guesswork. I have seen very doubtful and uncertain coins fluctuate 100% within a week, even when the network of that coin is down. I have seen also the contrary, where very strong and legit projects with solid teams don't even get their coin listed on an exchange. Main takeaway: outside of the top 10, the legitimacy of the project doesn't matter. Holding versus shorting is also a big factor when it comes to trading. The main cryptocurrencies, top 5, are pretty much guaranteed to go up as time goes on. But it sometimes happens that the rare and obscure project goes up 100% or even more within a day or a week. So you need to decide which type of investment you want to make. I would recommend doing a little bit of both, maybe 50-50. When buying coins to hold, keep in mind that there is no right or wrong time to buy, since they are solid projects with an already established history, promise, and much more ahead in the future. It's almost guaranteed that the coin will continue to appreciate as time goes on. Let's dive further into the short type of investment. You will buy a certain coin that is somewhat obscure, anticipating for it to move shortly. You want to buy it when it's low, not when it's high. Look out for the big dips. But when is the coin low? You might ask yourself. You must analyze the historic chart of the coin and compare the all-time high with its current price. For example, a coin has reached $100 in the past and it's currently trading at $10. That would be a good moment to buy. I like to spend at least an afternoon looking at all different coins available in my exchange and choose 3 which look at really low point. If I can't identify any, I'll just wait until the next day, but it's safe to say that there's almost always a coin at its lowest point. At this time, the ideal portfolio should look like this: 25% Bitcoin, 20% Ethereum, 5% any other coins in the top 10, 16.66% altcoin number 1, 16.66% altcoin number 2, 16.66% altcoin number 3. Now, when to sell? Well, obviously when it goes up. Except it can be a little more complicated than that. I've prematurely sold coins when I thought it wouldn't go up anymore, only to see it go up 30% more the next day. The opposite scenario would be to avarice and not to sell even when the coin is up 50% and crashes the next day. My advice is not to sell all at once. Instead, wait until the coin has gone up by at least 10 to 15% and then sell 25% of that coin, and repeat that until you have no more coins to sell. Another important aspect is keeping track of your investment. I used to be guilty of obsessively checking the price of my coins every 5 minutes. Now I just use the app Blockfolio, which is convenient because you can keep track of your entire portfolio without having to sign in to your exchange and check each coin. Also with Blockfolio, you can set alerts for certain prices. For instance, set Blockfolio to play a sound when Bitcoin hits 100,000. And you can do the same for any other coin and price. If you like to get a great mentorship on crypto trading and join a community of investors, then I can recommend you listening to Intelligent Cryptocurrency Masterclass by Dirk De Bruin and decide for yourself. There is a link below this video. With that being said, we come to the end of our video. I hope you get a ton of value from this. If so, then please like the video and share experience with me. I'll read it later. Subscribe and I see you in the next one. Thank you so much for your time and have a great one.